Hello students, now we are starting a new chapter, data handling. In previous classes you have read about the data handling, right? So in those classes you have read about the how to find out mean, mode, median of the data. Here we will read the presentation of the data in different forms. So first is pictograph. So pictograph is pictorial representation of the data, alright, or we can say picture, through picture, the representation of the data through pictures. Okay, so to understand this concept, let's have an example. A company sold pencils in 5 working days. Say on Monday it sold 500 pencils, right? Tuesday 300, and on Wednesday 300, Thursday 450, and on Friday it sold 200 pencils. Alright, so this is the data given. We need to represent this data in pictograph. So how we will represent in pictograph? We will suppose that one of the pencil represent 100 pencils. That means if one pencil is drawn, it will represent 100 pencil. Alright, so now let's make the pictograph of this data. Okay, so let's make the pictograph. What we have pretended we have to make a table on this days and number of pencils sold, right? So on Monday, how many pencils were sold? 500. So we will represent it like this. So 5 pencils, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 pencils represent 500. We will not write it here, but I am just telling you that means if why these 5 pencils represent 500, because we have assumed that one pencil will represent 100 pencils, right? So on Tuesday 300 pencils were sold, so we will represent it like this. On Wednesday also 300, so it will also represent it like this. On Thursday, so on Thursday 450 pencils were sold, right? So how we will represent 450? So 400 will represented by 4 pencils, and 50 pencils will represented by half of the pencil. This half pencil represent 50. This half pencil represent 50 pencils. Alright. Okay. So this is the formation of 450. 100, 200, 300, 400 and 450. On Friday, 200. So 2 pencils for 200. So this is the formation of pictograph. Next is bar graph. You have already read the bar graph in your previous classes, right? So bar graph is the representation of the data in form of bar. So this is the representation of bar graph. Bar graph consists of two axes, x-axis and y-axis, right? Okay. So let's take an example to understand this. Suppose a student has taken a test of mathematics. So suppose Ram has taken a test of test of all subjects and got marks. Alright, so he got English 15, Hindi 15, Math 10 and Science 20. Alright, so how we will represent this? So we will draw two axes on the graph, x-axis and y-axis. So on x-axis we will represent marks 5, 10, 15, 20. Here English, Hindi, Math and Science. Alright. So in English he got 15 marks. So this is how we represent the marks of English. Hindi got 15 marks. For Math he got 10 marks. And for Science he got 20 marks. This is how we will represent the data in form of bars. In bar graph we also have the double bar graph. Let's take a similar example for it. Suppose these are the marks in first term and he got marks in second term also. So in second term he got 20 in English, 20 in Hindi, 15 in Math and in Science he got 10. Alright. So how we will represent two datas? So we will represent second data along with this data, adjacent to this data. So in English he got 20 in second term. In Hindi he got 20 in second term. In Math he got 15 in second term and in Science he got 10 in the second term. Alright, so this is the representation of double bar graph. Alright, now third one is tabular representation of the data, or we can say frequency distribution table. Okay, so let's have a look on frequency distribution table. You have already read about the telemarks. Okay, so third one is frequency distribution table. For this, let's take an example. Suppose I ask you that which subject is your favorite subject. So you will answer differently, but definitely some of you have the same choice. Suppose you say, some of these students say Science, Math, Hindi, Math, Science, SS, Math, Hindi, math, science, math, math, science, math. Alright, so this is the data you said to me. Now I have to represent it in the tabular form. So how we will represent it in the tabular form? We have to draw a table like this and we will make 3 columns like this. Okay, so in first column we will write the entities. So what are the entities? These are the subjects. So I will write subject. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 subjects. So first is science, second is math, third is Hindi, fourth one is SS. Alright. In the second column you will write telemark. Telemarks. In the third column, frequency. So frequency, what is frequency? Frequency is the most repeating number. Alright. Let's draw this table. Science. Science we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So science is repeating itself for 4 times. That means its frequency is 4. How we will represent it in telemarks? 1, 2, 3, 4. So telemarks can be represented by the standing lines. Alright. So for 4 you will draw 4 standing lines in the telemarks. Now maths. Let's count math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So frequency of the math is 7. Okay. And for the representation in telemarks, we will write 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 will be the slanting line cutting all the lines. Alright. 6 and 7. Okay. This you have already read in 7th class. Right. Hindi is repeating for 1 and 2. So the frequency for Hindi is 2 and telemark will be like this. SS is repeating for only 1 time. So frequency is 1 and the telemark is also 1 standing line. Alright. So this is the representation of the frequency distribution table. Let's come to the other method, that is grouped frequency distribution table. Next is grouped frequency distribution table. Okay, so what is grouped? Have you ever observed your grading system? The student got marks between 91 to 100 graded as A1, right? Student scored 81 to 90 graded as A2, right? And so on, right? So this forms a group. This is a group of numbers in which 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99 and 100 also included, right? So this is the group of these numbers, right? So how we will represent the data in this form? Now let's have an example for it. This group is known as the group is known as class interval. All right, this group is known as class interval. So if this is the group, this is the lowest class and this is the highest class. All right, the representation, this representation can also be in the bar graph but with different form. Okay, so let's take an example. So we are given with the grading. I am taking the same example as your grading system. Suppose in a test a class got some marks. So 0 to 10 students marks, and here number of students, right? So 0 to 10 there are 2 students, 10 to 20 there are 4 students, 20 to 30 there are 5 students, 30 to 40 there are 5 students, and 40 to 50 there are 3 students only. All right, so this is the class interval and these are the students who got marks. So in total we have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 students in total. All right, if I need to represent this data in the bar form, how we will represent it? So y-axis and x-axis. Okay, here I am going to write number of student. So my interval will depend on this. So I have 2, 4, 5, 5, 3. So I can take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the maximum number and these 6. All right. Now class interval. This is 0, 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50. All right. Now 0 to 10 consists of only 2 students. Okay. 10 to 20 consists of 4 students. 20 to 30 consists of 5 students. 30 to 40 consists of 5 students. And 40 to 50 consists of 3 students only. So this is the graphical representation of the grouped frequency distribution table. Here you can observe the difference between bar graph and this graph. What is the difference? In the bar graph there is a gap between the bars, but here there is no gap between the bars. Why? Because the lowest class and the highest class of the next class interval is same. All right. Now what if this data is not given? My class interval is starting now from 10. So how we will represent it? So we will represent it like with a zigzag line. This shows that the data here is not mentioned. This zigzag line shows that the data before 0 to 10 is not mentioned, and this graph in which the starting data is missing is known as histogram. Histograph. Alright. So this was all about the graphs